Because, I mean, everybody be checking in. That's y'all favorite thing to do, check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass. Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know in California got your back?
Rules come and you move it in a certain way. If you choose not to check in, suffer the consequences. You feel like you got something that's bigger than what it is.
Man, it looks like ScHoolboy Q just lit Big U all the way up. And this ain't your regular drama. This is next level. What he's spilling. It's crazier than those 43-count RICO charges the feds slapped down. And if you thought legal pressure was the end of it, nah, this whole situation goes way deeper. Like secret meetings in the dark type deep. Word on the street, Big U is planning to represent himself in court. Yeah, you heard that right. No legal team, no high-priced defense squad, just him, standing solo in a federal courtroom. Now you gotta wonder, why would anyone do that with that much heat on their back?
Now I'm gonna be sitting in here, it's gonna be years on my life. Then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives.
Here's the kicker. Big U wants every document, not just the stuff a lawyer might cherry pick. He wants to see it all, every page, every receipt, every piece of dirt that might save him from going down. He ain't taking chances on someone else deciding what's important. According to reports, this move is all about strategy. He doesn't trust anyone else to go all in like he will. He's betting everything on finding something, anything, that could flip the whole case upside down. But here's the thing. What if the real game changers, the hidden bombs that could blow this whole case wide open, are tucked deep inside the fine print? Big U ain't taking that risk. He wants to comb through every file himself, front to back. He's not letting a single scrap of info slide past him. And it ain't just about defending himself, he's moving like he's still the boss. Like the courtroom is just another corner he's got under control. Word on the inside, he's been keeping tabs on who's talking. Yeah, he's allegedly watching the Snitches list, trying to figure out who's been cozying up to the feds.
I know Big U how I know him, he know him another way. Big U's in a situation where he wants to know everybody that has cooperated or told on him.
In that world, that's major. He's on a mission to find out who's been dropping names, giving statements, or even hinting at info, no matter how small. Because in that life, even a tiny detail can flip everything. Think about it. Someone gets caught slipping with a burner, and suddenly they're spilling to save themselves. They might not get hit with any charges themselves, but if they slipped any info about Big U along the way, that's a whole different beast. And trust, Big U wants to know exactly who did what. He's on a full sweep, hunting for even the smallest signs of betrayal in his own backyard. Because in his world, talking to the law is straight up crossing the line, and that can flip everything in the streets. Now, the block's buzzing, and not in a good way. Folks are going silent. The vibe's real tense, like everyone's side-eyeing each other, trying to guess who's real and who's already folded. The whispers, loud. And word is, ScHoolboy Q allegedly called Big U out, accusing him of going after informants, like threatening them, leaning on them, making sure they don't crack or spill more than they already have. It's getting messy and fast.
When I go to Chicago, I respect Chicago wholeheartedly. I check in. When I go to Atlanta, I check in. When I go places, I check in.
And now people are realizing Big U's decision to defend himself might be part of a bigger chess move. He's not just stalling, he's studying, trying to soak up every single detail, every document, every snitch note. Big U ain't playing checkers. He's out here moving like a grandmaster in a high-stakes chess match. If he finds out some of his closest people have been feeding the feds, that changes everything. And knowing how sharp he is, if anyone can twist inside dirt into a defense strategy, it's him. He's not just fighting charges, he's plotting every angle, every power move behind the scenes. Now here's the twist. If he digs up enough betrayal from his own camp, don't be shocked if he flips the script himself.
Everything they would give to his attorney, his attorney may not pay attention to a certain name, right? Mm-hmm. Or because it may not really be relevant to the charges they fighting, right? Mm-hmm. He might have got pulled over on the traffic stop and gave me a name. The police didn't do nothing with it, but still it's telling.
That's right. There's talk he might even consider cutting a deal, maybe reducing that sentence if the trade-off is worth it. It's cutthroat out here. And even Whack 100 has been loud, saying the game's changing fast. Big U once ruled those LA streets like a king. He built an entire empire of control, where if you were moving through the city, especially the hoods, you checked in with him, no exceptions. For years, everybody checked in. No exceptions, no questions asked. That was the rule, and Big U enforced it like law. But now, with all this chaos surrounding him, people are starting to look at that whole check-in culture sideways. What once looked like protection, it's starting to look more like a street tax, a hustle masked as safety. Now, think back. Remember when Big U called out Quando Rondo for not checking in? He painted it like Rondo was playing with fire, like skipping that one move was a fatal mistake.
Just get out, and then they have to have an experience before they realize I should have checked in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or I should have called, or I should have been moving a certain way.
At the time, folks were torn, but the streets were buzzing. And after PNB Rock's tragic death, that buzz turned into full-blown suspicion. PNB got gunned down in broad daylight, and it rattled the whole city. Fans were in shock, but under the surface, people started whispering, was this really a robbery, or was it a message? Suddenly, that refusal to check in didn't look so harmless anymore. It looked like a risk with deadly consequences. And here's where it gets even messier. Rumors started flying that Big U knew more than he was letting on. The timing, the location, the way it all played out. Too clean, too targeted. One user even wrote online, check in, each pay up, or pay the price. Let me know you here so I can set you up to get robbed by another. That's how some folks are bluntly putting it now. People are looking at Big U like he's the mastermind behind nearly every high-profile robbery in LA. And honestly, with the way things are unraveling, it's not hard to see why folks are connecting those dots. But what really sent chills down spines? His reaction after PNB Rock's murder.
Now you're in a situation where Big U is going to get all the documents, be able to see everybody that's cooperating against him.
But why couldn't he do that through his attorney?
You're not, because the attorney ain't going to give you everything.
Why not?
He's going to give you what y'all dealing with.
But they work for you.
He talked about it in interviews, sure, but there was nothing behind the words. No emotion, no grief, not even fake sympathy. Just cold, blank energy, like it was just another Tuesday. For someone who claimed to be a street guardian, that kind of detachment hit different. It raised every red flag possible. People started asking, was he just numb to violence, or was he deep in something darker? That eerie calmness, that silence, it spoke louder than any words could. Then boom, the walls started closing in. The arrest, the indictment, a RICO case stacked with more than 40 charges. Big U's kingdom was shaking, crumbling fast. And right in the middle of it all, ScHoolboy Q stepped up and torched the whole check-in system Big U had built. Q didn't tiptoe around it either. He went straight at the heart of it, called it what it was, exploitation. ScHoolboy Q didn't sugarcoat anything. He straight up said that this whole check-in system, it was never about safety. It was about lining pockets, about making money off folks who just wanted to move through the city without drama. He exposed it for what it might really have been, a pay-to-play hustle.
What are your thoughts on what happened to PNB?
I mean, it could happen to everybody. Just to be honest with you, I spoke on that. It's about greed. You know what I mean? Greed, envy, same thing I did. I mean, I did that.
Not protection. And once Big U's legal mess started going public, more people started nodding in agreement. Suddenly, Q's words weren't just hot takes. They were waking folks up. That so-called protection started to look a lot like pressure, like fear disguised as security. And once people really sat with it, the whole thing started to feel shady as hell. Was it ever really about keeping artists and crews safe? Or was it just a way to cash in on the chaos of LA streets? On the fear that someone might get caught slipping without Big U's blessing?
So they get out, and they might be under your banner, but then they not respecting the banner. They ain't calling you. They got your number, they know who you is, but they feel like they bigger than the program.
Q's timing couldn't have been sharper. While Big U was drowning in indictments and accusations, Q stepped in and tore apart the entire structure he helped build. He made people look twice at a system that had been running unchecked for years. A system built on control, fear, and silent rules. And now, that silence is cracking. Big U's battling RICO charges, rumors of manipulation, and the fallout of everyone questioning his legacy. But it's Q's words that hit the hardest. They're making people rethink the whole culture. It's looking more and more like this whole thing was a hustle in disguise. And now, as Big U scrambles to figure out his next move, the spotlight isn't just on him. It's on the entire system he helped create. The streets are watching, the industry's watching, and the feds definitely watching. With his trial heating up fast, Big U's switching up the game. No legal team, no middleman. He's representing himself.
Yeah. Because, I mean, everybody be checking in. That's y'all favorite thing to do. Check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass. Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know in California got your back?
Front and center. Why? Because he wants full control. He's not trying to let a lawyer filter what he sees. He's diving headfirst into everything. Every file, every piece of evidence, every name, every detail. It's a bold move, but it's calculated. He's not just looking at what's tied to the charges. He's searching for anything that might give him leverage. Something he can twist, flip, or hold up as a bargaining chip. Because in his mind, if he finds the right piece of dirt, that could be his ticket to a deal. A lighter sentence, a plea with benefits. It's all about control now. Big U wants the power in his hands, making sure nothing gets missed, no detail overlooked. But let's be real, the streets are buzzing about this self-representation move, and the internet, it's straight up on fire. One comment said, well, Big U about to tell on everybody. And that energy is everywhere right now. Things are looking shaky for Big U, no doubt. But he's standing tall, not folding, not running. Still, the question hangs heavy. Is this genius or self-sabotage? The game has flipped, and now everybody's watching with wide eyes and popcorn in hand. Will Big U's strategy be his way out or the final shovel in his own grave? Only time will tell. So drop your take in the comments. Do you think he's playing smart or just desperate? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss whatever twist drops next. This saga's just heating up, and trust, we've got our radar locked on it.